Today marks the opening ceremony of the third Marlowe Theatre here in Canterbury. The redeveloped auditorium, envisioned by the architect Keith Williams, boasts 1,200 seats that would even rival Canterbury Cathedral in stature. The theatre has come a long way since its humble origins. The small theatre, whose history predates the First World War, was purchased in 1949 by the City Council to be Canterbury's first Marlowe Theatre. The name itself honours one of the city's own, the late playwright and poet, Christopher Marlowe. That building, however, was demolished in 1981. Recently, Canterbury City Council have made the unanimous decision to rebuild and re-establish a new theatre. The old one was seen as dilapidated and lacked enough seating to meet the demand. The reconstruction, however, has come at a price, and a very steep one at that, especially in today's uncertain economic climate. Despite cuts in council funding, an initial £17 million was provided by the Canterbury City Council to go towards construction, with an additional £2 million towards completion. A further £4.2 million was collected through fundraising, adding up to a grand total cost of £25.6 million for the finished theatre. Evidently, this was not a low-budget project.
Well, I think the Marlowe Theatre has always been a really important part of Canterbury, but the old Marlowe Theatre, which opened in 1984, was pretty much getting to the point where it couldn't really operate anymore because it was just getting into a state of disrepair. So the council made a really brave decision and a bold decision that actually Canterbury does need a theatre within the town, and so they decided to actually build this new Marlowe Theatre. And actually theatres, they contribute a huge amount to the economy of the town. So from a financial point of view, it helps all the restaurants, shops, and because all of, effectively we could have 1,200 people every night coming into the city.
But I mean, I live just down the road, and I was here whilst the new thing was being built, so there wasn't that much of a disruption. But I mean, I think it looks really good. It's a bit unusual, I mean, because it's right in the centre of Canterbury, all the old sort of architecture and all the old buildings. And
this is very new, just opened up. It's very impressive, cost about £25 million. And I think we can see from today how many people are using it as a kind of community centre. It's not just a theatre, it's got a cafe, it's got all sorts of facilities. And I think Canterbury really needs it. We've had a very rough time the past 10 years. It's been quite a time of economic depression.
I think architecturally, I think it's a lovely piece of work, but I think the money had to come from somewhere, and that's the double-edged sword, isn't it? That somewhere like social services or education is going to suffer, and that's a shame. That it's that or this.
They say it takes money to make money, but only time can really tell. Hopefully the new modern and expensive auditorium will help boost the local tourism here in Kent. Josh Watkin reporting out, Marlowe Theatre.